This is the 2017 Honda Ridgeline. It's completely redesigned. It looks totally different. The old Ridgeline kind of looked like someone was designing an SUV in the Honda factory, and then the manager came in and he was like, hey, this is nice, but where's the truck that I wanted? And the guy designing it was like, what? You wanted a truck? And the manager said, don't worry about it. Let's just take the back end off and then it'll look like a truck. Kind of. Now, the first thing you might say when you see this truck is you'll say, hey, stupid, that's not a truck. It is definitely a truck. It's just not the truck that you're used to. It has the same payload as the GMC Canyon and it can tow 5,000 pounds. Definitely a truck. Things get interesting when you start driving it because it drives like a car. It starts at $36,000, which might seem expensive to you, but it comes standard with more features than most trucks have in their high trim. It comes standard with heated seats, brake mitigation, blind spot monitoring, a backup camera, power folding mirrors, adaptive cruise, spray-in bed liner, a factory remote starter, a touchscreen in the dash, and a whole bunch of more things. Because this is the black edition, there's a really fancy carbon fiber type grille, but it's not actually carbon fiber, it's plastic. But it looks really cool. You also have HID lookalikes, but they're actually LEDs, and there's LED eyebrow lighting. And there's a block heater. I find it absolutely mind-blowing that some people who live in the United States don't even know what a block heater is. In Canada, we plug in our cars, eh? And then it also has adaptive cruise control. It is in here. There is a sensor in here. My hand's stuck. Oh no, that's not supposed to happen. I could just do the review like this and no one would even notice. It's a very nice vehicle. I could live a normal life like this. Ooh, that hurt. All right, so this is the side of the truck. And you were probably thinking, it's not a real truck. It's not very long. Now the bed for a Ram 1500 crew cab is only 5'7". This is 5'4". It's only 3 inches shorter than full-size man's truck. And they actually made the bed wider, so it's actually wider than the Toyota Tacoma truck. And then it has power folding side view mirrors too, which is really fancy. Because this is the black edition, it has black 18-inch rims, but 18-inch rims come standard in this vehicle no matter what trim you get. And then we also have side steps. The side steps do not come with the vehicle, but they are Honda side steps, so you can buy them as accessories. I don't know how many times I've been driving a truck and it doesn't have proximity sensors, and you're thinking, am I almost going to hit that vehicle behind me? And then you hit the vehicle behind you. Then it turns into a parking lot brawl. We all know how well I would do in one of those. So the Ridgeline comes standard with a hitch. No matter which one you get, it'll always have a hitch. I know that if you get the Ram 1500 and probably other trucks too, hitches aren't necessarily included. You have to install them afterwards, which is kind of inconvenient. It's kind of funny, people say that this isn't a real truck, yet it comes standard with a hitch. I'm going to show you something. And this is, if you don't know anything about the Ridgeline, then this is gonna blow your mind. Maybe I'm amping it up too much, but you won't believe it. Tailgate folds down like any other tailgate. Watch this. Oh. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen? So it's a relatively easy truck to get into. It has a lot of clearance, but at the same time, you can easily step into it. Look how easy that is. This is a 5'4" bed, and it is still a decently wide bed. You can fit a sheet of drywall in here. Most trucks have very pronounced wheel wells in the bed. But the reason this doesn't is because this bed is actually raised up quite a bit. But why, you ask? Oh yeah. The trunk has a trunk. Like, how many trucks do you know that have a trunk in the bed? That's crazy. And there's a lot of room too. And now, how do I get out? Ooh. That's super cool. And then most trucks, they have a spare tire that's underneath the vehicle, which means that if you're changing the tire, you have to lay on the ground. This has a spare tire under here, so you don't have to get dirty when you're getting a spare tire. Just because you have a truck doesn't mean that you like getting dirty. Now, one of the things that needed improving on the old Ridgeline is with the old Ridgeline, the bed got scratched up really easily. But this is a new type of bed liner. This is a composite bed liner, and it is really, really hard to scratch. You'll probably never scratch it. So like I said, this comes standard with a bed liner. A lot of times if you need a bed liner, you have to get it installed afterwards, and they are actually really expensive. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tie downs. Not just like the 4 that you normally get. Then it also has LED lighting that comes standard. Yet another thing that comes standard in this vehicle is a 400-watt outlet. There's a little door right here, and you just open it up, and there we go. There's an outlet. This thing opens up, and you can fill it with drinks and ice. And the thing that makes it even more amazing is the bottom of this. There's a drain, so if you have ice in there, you just unplug it, and then all the water will drain. This is like a real party truck. I was saving this feature for last, because this is potentially the single greatest feature that any truck has ever had. If you hit a button on the touchscreen inside, what this will do is this will send the music out here so you can play music outside the truck. I will show you before and after. Okay, so this is before. Is that not amazing? Another thing that makes it really amazing is the fact that if you're listening to music without the vehicle running and you're afraid of the battery draining, the music will turn off and it'll leave you with just enough power to start the truck. This is a 3.5 liter. It's the same engine that's found in the Pilot. And this is an iVTEC, which Honda is very famous for. So it provides 280 horsepower. It is a V6. If you don't need all 6 cylinders, it'll turn 3 of them off and it'll run on 3. And this is the only truck on the market that'll do that. Some of them will go down to 4, but this goes down to 3, so saving you even more gas. And also, who wouldn't want an engine that's called Earth Dreams? And unlike some trucks, this is not a 4x4, this is all-wheel drive. So you don't have to switch between 2-wheel drive and 4-high and 4-auto and all that stuff. This does all the work for you. And then if you get the base model, this will come as front-wheel drive instead of rear-wheel drive, which is very interesting. So it would definitely handle more like a car than it would a truck. It's like having the comfort of a car, but with the versatility of a truck. This is the inside of the truck. It's a very nice interior. It has these ratchet armrests, so you can have them down here. I like mine here. When I first saw the interior, I noticed how high quality it is. Honda's interiors are always extremely high quality. And I think that's one thing that separates this from a lot of other trucks, is that the interior is really nice. I mean, the interior in most trucks is really nice, but this is really nice. There's a lot of small trucks that have hard plastics right here, but this is all soft. Ooh. And like I said, it has power folding mirrors and memory seating. Blind spot monitoring is right here. It's not on the mirror, but it's on the inside, which is better, I think, because it's easier to see it in your peripheral vision. It's a very nice steering wheel. And because this is the black edition, it would only make sense that there's red on the inside. Yes, it has contrast red stitching throughout the entire vehicle, and there's red accents. You can see red inside the perforations of the leather. Ooh, and black edition is embroidered. You wouldn't think embroidery is manly, but it is. There's a lot of buttons on the steering wheel. There are 20 buttons on the steering wheel. That's a lot of buttons. It's a 540-watt, 8-speaker sound system. It has 8 speakers, including a subwoofer. Everything is relatively straightforward. There's some buttons here that, like upon initial inspection, you don't really know what they do. Like, what is RR settings? No idea what that does. Who knows? We'll never know. There's storage here for your phone, because then there is a 12-volt outlet, and then there's also USB right here, 1.5 amp charger. You even have wiper defrosters. You know, sometimes you're too busy trying to reach out, trying to smack your wipers to get all the ice off, and then next thing you know, a truck goes by, arm's gone. Don't worry about that anymore because you have windshield wiper defrosters. And then here you have your heated seats and your cooled seats. And in the back there's also heated seats. And then a CD player. It's like traveling in time to when CDs were used. The Ridgeline comes standard with this screen, this touch screen. So if you get the base model or the black edition, you always have this touch screen, which is really cool. And one thing I didn't think I would like at first, but I actually really do, the fact that the volume knob, well, there is no volume knob. It's actually just a slider, a touch slider. But no, the entire side is actually volume. So you go up and down. It's really cool. Probably would prefer a volume knob. It has Android Auto and CarPlay, which is high tech. You can hook up your phone and basically turns this into either an iPhone or an Android phone. So you have all these big icons and stuff. And then there are terrain modes. There's normal, snow, mud, and sand. Ooh, cool. It has animations too. Only thing I don't like, usually cars will have like a Tiptronic transmission where you can shift up and shift down. Even a lot of trucks do, but this doesn't. It's just park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low, which is kind of disappointing. You have all of this stuff here. You could put stuff on here, but then this also opens, and you have all this storage. Head fits in there. There's so much room. There are heated seats back here. There's buttons right here, and there's independent rear climate control. That's really handy. And there's 2 USB chargers. That's really cool. And it has a flat load floor, so there is no transmission tunnel right here. How easy is it to fold up and down the seats? Let's find out. The best seats ever in the back of a truck are the Ram 1500 seats because there's no lever. You just push them up and push them down. Super easy. Here, there's a handle. Whoops. There. It's like totally flat except for this little receiver here for the legs. Apparently you can fit a 55-inch TV in the back. I think this vehicle is for people who want the practicality of an SUV, but also the utilitarian nature of a truck. They always say that it's a really quiet vehicle. It is quiet. Heated seats. I need heated seats. It's a very fun vehicle to drive because it doesn't handle like a normal truck. I'm in a truck, get out of my way. Ooh, there's a puddle. Econ off. Wow. Very impressive. Really bumps. Can't play the piano, but you can't tell, can you? When you're playing your music, it shows the playlist. So it'll show the next 100 songs that are playing, and you can select any one of them. That's really cool. With a lot of the other vehicles that I drive, it only tells you the current song, doesn't tell you what's playing next. Did you know that in the navigation menu, there's a little ridgeline that's driving, not just like an arrow? Climate control.
After the beep, say, climate control on, off. Fan speed, 127. Temperature max heat. Temperature max cool. Temperature 15 to 29 degrees.
Temperature 24 degrees.
Temperature 24 degrees.
That's almost as fast as just setting it right here. It is probably my favorite truck because it is so different. You know, normal truck's a truck, but this is a Ridgeline. It's not just a truck, it's like a truck car. It's like an El Camino, but it is not just for drug dealers. Anyways, if you like what you saw in this video, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook.